Did Galileo use Jupiter's moons as a navigation tool? Imagine trying to find your way across the vast ocean long before GPS or modern maps. How did explorers and navigators figure out where they were? One fascinating idea involved the moons of Jupiter. Galileo Galilei, the famous astronomer, thought these moons could help solve a big problem in navigation called the longitude problem. Longitude is the east-west position on Earth, and knowing it accurately was a challenge for centuries. Galileo realized that the four largest moons of Jupiter, now called the Galilean moons, followed very predictable paths around the planet. He believed that by watching their positions and timing their eclipses or appearances, sailors could compare what they saw to a set schedule. This schedule would act like a celestial clock. If they knew the exact time of an event in a fixed location, they could figure out their own longitude by comparing it to what they observed. This idea was very clever because it used the stars and planets as navigation tools, which was a big step forward. It offered a potential way to fix the longitude problem, which had troubled navigators for hundreds of years. Galileo even tried to get money from Spain and the Netherlands to develop his method further. But using Jupiter's moons at sea was not easy. The problem was that observing the moons through a telescope on a moving ship was extremely difficult. Galileo invented a device called the celatone, a helmet-mounted telescope, to help see the moons better. Still, it was not enough to make the method practical for ships. The weather, the ship's movement, and the small size of the moons made it hard to get accurate readings. Despite these issues, the idea was useful on land. Surveyors and astronomers used the timing of the moons to improve maps and measure distances more accurately. For example, Giovanni Domenico Cassini and Jean Piccard used this method to refine geographic measurements in France. Galileo's proposal was an early technological breakthrough because it linked astronomy directly to navigation. It showed that celestial bodies beyond the sun and stars could be used to find your position on Earth. Although sailors didn't adopt this method widely, it was a major step toward solving the longitude problem. Later, in the 18th century, the development of precise marine chronometers finally made accurate navigation at sea possible. So, to answer the question directly, Galileo did not personally use Jupiter's moons as a navigation tool at sea, but he was the first to suggest that they could be used as a celestial reference for determining longitude. His idea was a key milestone in the history of navigation technology, paving the way for future innovations.